Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we're going to be reviewing the Ibanez Talman TMB505. Let's do this. This is the Talman TMB505 from Ibanez. Featuring an Acoma body finished in a nice metallic silver and a roasted maple neck and fingerboard, this is actually a really nice package for about $550. The electronics are Nordstrand designed CND pickups manufactured by Ibanez, and it also features a 2-band preamp and an active passive switch. When in passive mode, you do have a passive tone control as well, which is a really nice touch for a bass at this price point. As for the rest of the hardware, the bridge is nothing special, and the tuners are nothing special as well. I believe the star of the show here is the electronics and the roasted maple neck. Now, one interesting thing about this bass, I purchased this early on in the production line, and the recent ones that I've seen have had a fingerboard that is just cooked beyond recognition. It almost looks like ebony. It's just completely burnt. And I've seen that on a lot of the Cort basses that are featuring roasted maple necks. Cort produces this bass for Ibanez, among other basses. I think it's interesting that they're allowing that to go through QC. I mean, I guess it doesn't really impact the functionality of the fingerboard, but the aesthetics, I much prefer a uniform roasted maple look, where you have the fingerboard and the neck kind of looking the same shade. Speaking of the neck, this is a 34-inch scale, 22 fret roasted maple neck with a really nice profile. It's a, I would call it like a modern C shape, and then it has a 45 millimeter nut. Not bad at all. The string spacing is 17.5 millimeters, and that pretty much does it. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around. Turn around every now and what? Looking at the neck pocket, you can see that it is pretty deep, and even though it does only have 4 screws, they are spaced apart, and that should add some stability here, especially for the 5-string application. And that's pretty much it around here. You do have your small battery compartment. Now, this is not a battery door, which makes swapping a bit more difficult. This does require a screwdriver to remove the 2 screws to get access to the battery. I do wish that there was a battery door here, as a lot of other basses at this price point do offer the battery door for quick battery swaps. And it's kind of disappointing to see that it doesn't have one here. As for the controls, we have a master volume and master blend stacked for the first knob, and then you have a 2-band EQ for the second stack, which also acts as a passive tone control in passive mode. And you can get this thing into passive mode with this little switch here, which is actually kind of inconveniently placed. In my initial fresh look video, I did complain that the placement there does get in the way of slapping, and I do kind of rub my fingers, or my claw, on that little switch, which is a bit rough when I'm trying to slap this thing. So I really wish they would move that closer to the rest of the controls, that it is kind of in a weird spot over here. Now I know you guys are wondering, how's this thing sound? You guys know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. Now, in my Fresh Looks video, I did mention that there was some hum coming from this bridge pickup, and it turns out that this is a single coil with no hum canceling. You can purchase a replacement pickup that does have hum canceling direct from Nordstrand. However, you're looking to spend an additional $100 or so on a $550 instrument. I do wish that they just made a hum canceling bridge pickup for this CND line of pickups, as it would make this package a bit more appealing in my eyes. I also did mention that, in my opinion, the P pickup here is the star of the show, and let's go ahead and check that out first. First, I'm going to set this to passive, and let's listen to this with the tone at 100%. Not bad, not bad. Definitely has some old school thump to it. Now let's go ahead and turn the tone to 50%. And here's the tone all the way down. Okay, now let's go ahead and engage the preamp, and let's play around with that a little bit. Not bad. That was with the preamp centered. Let's go ahead and cut everything and see what that sounds like. And now let's bring the bass up to center while keeping the treble cut. And here's the bass control at 50%. That is a bit boomy, but again, we did cut the treble entirely. Let's go ahead and cut the bass and bring the treble up to center and see what that sounds like. Not bad, not bad at all. And here's the treble at 100%. Why not? Not bad. It's not too harsh, and it does give it some nice clank. Now let's go ahead and set it back to passive mode, and check out the bridge pickup. Yeah, so there is a bit of hum there. It's not the worst I've heard, but it's still pretty apparent. I wish, again, there was a hum canceling pickup in the bridge position here. I wish they just made a CND hum canceling pickup and everything would be better, but they don't, so. Here's what the bridge pickup sounds like with the tone at 100%. Now here's the bridge pickup with the tone at 50%. And here's the tone all the way down. Now let's go ahead and engage the preamp and center it. So that was with the preamp centered. Let's go ahead and cut the preamp entirely. Now here's just the bass centered. And here's the bass at 50%. Let's go ahead and cut the bass and add the treble and bring that up to center. And I'm not going to boost the treble because of the noise. I don't want to listen to that, but you can boost it if you want. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring the neck pickup back into the mix and listen to both of them together. So here's both pickups together in passive mode with the tone at 100%. And here's the tone at 50%. And here's the tone all the way down. And let's go ahead and engage the preamp and bring that up to center. And here's the preamp cut. Now let's go ahead. Now let's bring the bass up to center. And here's the bass at 50% boost. And let's go ahead and bring that down and bring the treble up to center. And here's the treble at 50%. I'm going to go ahead and put this back into passive mode and set the tone to 50%, and let's see how she slaps. Not bad at all. And finally, let's go ahead and put some drums behind this. So here are my final thoughts on the Ibanez Talman TMB505. I really like the electronics, though I do wish that there was a hum canceling pickup at the bridge position. Additionally, the controls that I have here, at least for the bass and treble control, are kind of stuck to each other a little bit, and I do need to adjust those slightly. I wish those were better out of the factory. The roasted maple neck is nice to play, it has a nice profile, and the fretwork is very nice as well. As for the headstock shape, it is kind of a take it or leave it. I personally don't mind it that much, though it isn't the most attractive headstock in the world. I think that design works better on like the Talman guitars. As for the bass, I do wish they took a little bit more time styling the headstock instead of giving it this ugly plank. Aesthetically, I do like the color combination here, though I do wish that the active-passive switch was relocated somewhere else where it wouldn't interfere with my slapping. I also have to pan this thing for not having a battery door. At $550, this thing isn't really that much of a budget instrument. This is starting to approach the intermediate price range, and stuff like this should have a battery door. Enough said. And though I do like the Nordstrand designed electronics, I wish they were a little bit better. I think if you really were into the Talmans and wanted this bass, you would probably end up replacing these with, I would say, American Nordstrand pickups or something else of your choosing, because these are above average, though not exceptional pickups here, and I think they're kind of marketed as exceptional pickups. So what am I going to rate the Ibanez Talman TMB505? I'm going to go ahead and rate this bass 3 claws out of 5. I think it is an average value and does have a lot of great features. However, there are some big negatives here, including the balance, as well as the jazz pickup that is a single coil only, when it should really be a hum canceling. And on top of that, I do wish they spent more time on the location of the active-passive switch and included a battery door. Those are my major gripes with this instrument, especially at the $550 price tag. It's great that it has a roasted maple neck, but there's other basses out there that also have roasted maple necks and battery doors. Roasted maple is not that much of a unique thing anymore. Everybody's doing it, so you really need to step up your game to set your bass apart, and I don't think Ibanez is necessarily doing that here. Well, that's it for this review. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about my Ibanez Talman TMB505. And as always, until we groove again,